Hello again. It's warm but windy, so wind blocker on today, and we'll head off down towards the seawall. I'll explain my reasoning in a minute, but for the meantime, I want to say a shout out to apparently one of my biggest fans, Benny. Hello, Benny. Benny, 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 Benny. Yeah, that's right. You probably guessed it. Benny is feline. Here's Benny. Apparently, he watches me every single day. Then the music finishes at the end, and off he trots to go and do cat things. Lovely. There's another shot of Benny from the front, and that was sent in by Mark and Julie from Torquay. And they said even when they went away on holiday and the father-in-law stayed, he still watched me. Lovely. Shame he can't subscribe, but you can, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button. Cheers. Got the life-saving club going again. Excellent. Okay, so I really fancied a wander over to Sholton today, but weather forecast wasn't too good, and I didn't fancy getting over there, getting soaking wet. And plus the fact we've got the Morris dancers probably on the seafront when I come back from feeding Rufus. So I might as well stay in Teignmouth for today. More chance of seeing stuff that I won't see on another occasion, if you see what I mean, with the Morris dancers. But I will be going to Sholton in the week. I've got a nice little walk and a loop worked out. Lots of photos along the way. I think you'll enjoy it. I intend to. Also, Monday, tomorrow, hopefully I'm over with Andy in Dawlish, and we'll be having a look at what's going on over there with the disruption, the dig, the roadworks, the road closures, etc, etc, etc. So that's tomorrow planned. Yes, lots going on, lots going on. I shall have to assist this gate in being opened. I think it possibly blew closed due to the wind. If you're wondering what all that barking was about, there was a mini doggo incident on the beach there, which I'm not filming, but everything's been sorted out. One dog's been held up in the air by two people, and the others are being taken away by the others. Anyway, there we go, dogs will be dogs. But the blue box there, been washed up no doubt. Oh, somewhat a lack of trains, unfortunately, but there we go, not much I can do about that. They've got the wind behind me at the moment, which is nice, and I would be tempted to say I'm going to walk all the way along and do the distance. However, that means I've got to walk all the way back into the wind. I think that might be a bit much for today. So, feed Rufus, head back. There we go, plenty of breakfast and plenty of mealworms. And of course, lots on the floor. No one immediately apparent. Let's walk back. Right, we're going to be heading back into the wind now. Not too bad here because we've got those trees, but on the wall it should be pretty bad. So I may not film too much on the way back. They're wind powered. The wind behind them. Oh no, they're running into the wind, aren't they? Even better. Whee! The gate remained open, it didn't blow back. Little bit of bean as we go past, smash in. Bet they did well with all those people down here yesterday. Well, they do well anyway, but all their Morris dancers, fantastic. It's got to randomly peep through the doors of the Lido. I have a reason. Karen sent me a picture of taking care of her children back at the end there. You notice the house behind there? Well, you see that in the picture when they had a slide? Here's one of her kids coming down the slide. There we go, I think that was 1980s. And so that's one from Karen, thanks Karen. And got a couple more, which we'll talk about in a sec. I've done most of Karen's in the past. I do have one of her dad though that I'm going to be doing in Sholdon. When we do our Sholdon trip, that would have been today if the wind hadn't been up and the ferry threatening to maybe not to be running. But I've done the other ones, but the ones that remain from that are ones that are in the play park, which is always kind of awkward to film because it's full of children. But apart from that, you're not being forgotten. All good. Thanks for everything you sent in. So we just have a little mooch along the seafront, see if there's any Morris dancers dancing and being blown away. Here we go on the seafront. No sign of any Morris dancers at the moment, but never say never. Check up by the pier. Yeah. Just do my usual 5x zoom along the pier. There we go. To reveal a quieter seafront and beach than we might have imagined, but with this weather, why not? There we go. Smash it. Check out our little sign, see what temperature they give us. Here we go, Sunday 22nd, 20 to 22, I'll agree with that. But windy, windy, windy. Southern cloud, yep. A windy day. On Teignmouth seafront.
Morning, how you doing? Good to see you safe.
Lovely. There's the seagulls on top of the sauna again. They probably like that, because I expect it's quite warm for them, isn't it? Definitely a windy seafront today. And the fake bird having a whale of a time. Enjoy the breeze. Slight jingle of Morris people heading in that direction, so we can follow them, see what we see. And unfortunately we're right at that point now where the liquid sunshine has decided to come and pay us a visit. Little Sprey, I had to take my glasses off. Not too bad at the moment, can still stay out for a while, but it started. They're all gathering just up here past the tables that are formerly known as Captain's tables outside of Venus. Conveniently. Here we go. Oh, there's some purpley ones too. There's a tiny one. Look, see, that one shrunk. Mini Morris. As you can tell, they've left the parking available on the seafront. A little bit longer than they said they were going to. But I was informed the other day by someone in the comments, thank you whoever you were, that the fees have been reinstated. Whereas at first it was fee free, now they've got the charges up, so if you are going to park, make sure you register your car. We're going to do a dance called Shepherd's Wedding, which involves throwing sticks in the wind. Very brave. Yep. Well, as lovely as that was, got to make a move now. Sun and that coming up before we go down and get our dinner later on at Nick's. So head up home now. There's more talk about what's happening with the cinema, as it's all being so repainted and that on the outside. Everyone's lips are tightly sealed. Even the painter, who was asked apparently, says he doesn't know what the plans are. But what he did give away was that the old amusement arcade underneath, which used to be the lower half of the cinema back when it was a full two-decker cinema, if you know what I mean, has been all knocked through now. So there's a great big space in there for someone to use. But what they're going to use it for, we don't know. However, it goes without saying, if I find out anything, you'll be the first to know. We will, of course, head back through the triangle in case there's any activity taking place there as well. There's certainly something going on in there. Certainly something going on.
Who's number 2 and who's number 3? Okay, have you all decided that? Good. The first thing that's going to happen.
Now what I've gathered here is we've got members of the public coming up to have a go at Morris dancing. They're giving them a simple little lesson with some few costumes handed out. There we go, that was a windy one. Sorry about that. Hopefully a bit better tomorrow. Well, it's supposed to be anyway. When I'm over in Dawlish with Andy. So all good. Hopefully you'll join me then. Hopefully you enjoyed today's little wander around. Right, off now to see family. And lovely roast dinner from Nick's later. Smashing. Take care. Bye.